and welcome back to another video, guys. And that's right, today we're back for another movie review, and it's a pretty big one. It's one which a lot of people have been anticipating this year, and that is Top Gun Maverick. So yes, before we get started with the review, I want to do a couple quick shout-outs. One is to my podcast, Off to the Movies, which I do with my very good friend Ryan. This week's episode will also all be about Top Gun Maverick. So if you want to hear me go into more detail on this movie, we'll probably go into spoilers as well, and get my friend Ryan's opinion where we go back and forth off each other. Please go check it out. There'll be links in the description to it. And there's also going to be links in the description to the Movie Bug Facebook page. That's right. I'm really trying to push the Movie Bug Facebook page at the minute, trying to get a lot more people on there, just to get a bit more interactive with everyone. You're welcome to go on there, just talk about movies, share your YouTube videos, promote your stuff, and hey, we just all have a good time over there on that. So yeah, two little bits of promotion there. But anyway, now let's get started on with the actual movie. So Top Gun Maverick, this is the highly anticipated sequel to the original Top Gun movie, which of course came out in 1986. This sees out, of course, Captain Pete Maverick returning after 30 years of service. He is still a captain, and here he has to train a new team, some of the world's best pilots, to go on a deadly mission. And do you know what? I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the original. I didn't grow. I'm turning 25 this year. I was not around when the original came up. And the thing with the original, I think, is probably people who grew up with this movie, who saw it when it came out in the 80s with the music and the kind of style of filmmaking that it was. I can see why they love it. It's a product of its time, and I get why people of that generation love it. And, there are some people from my generation who love it as well. For me, personally, I thought the original was just good. I didn't love it. I didn't connect with it super well. It's just me personally. But, it is what it is. And the trailers for this one looked good. Didn't blow me away. So, yeah, I kind of just went into this movie like, okay, I'm just going to watch a Tom Cruise film, basically. That's what I'm here for. I wasn't expecting loads, but... I was so wrong. I was so wrong. This film was fantastic. It was miles better than the original, in my opinion. And let's get into why. The core fundamental thing about this film, which works so well for me, and it's two things. Actually having a good narrative which picks up this story 30 years later and continues it in an interesting way. That's the main thing, and it does that so well. And then there's the pacing, and it's just really good. This film moves at something which I would call perfect pacing. At no point did I feel it was going too fast, and at no point did I feel it was going too slow. This movie just rolls so well, or it flies so well. And I think they're the two best things. I really did not expect the narrative of this movie to be this interesting, but it was. The characters, of course, we have a few returning ones, which are all great, and we have a few new ones. I really loved Miles Teller's character in this, and I think one of the things which I do want to say is the acting as well in this film is great. Tom Cruise gives one of his best performances. There's a couple of real emotional scenes without spoiling anything. There's a scene where they're at a funeral, and it's incredible acting from Tom Cruise. Miles Teller is fantastic. His best performance I've seen outside of Whiplash, I think. And yeah, you've got Val Kilmer returning. John Hamm's in this. I love John Hamm. He's fantastic. And yeah, great cast. I think you get introduced to a lot of pilots, and a couple fall on the back end of being, they don't get developed super well. You sort of can, he's got to pick a team, and you can already sort of tell who's going to go on the team and who's not. So yeah, the final act of the movie is really good. There's a couple bits in it which seemed a little bit over the top for me, a bit Mission Impossible-y. Like Tom Cruise ends up outside a jet and running about on the ground for a little bit, and it's like, I don't know if this feels too Top Gun-y. But it is still a really awesome third act, I've got to say. And some people have been complaining about there's a love story in this one. Again, don't want to get too into it because of spoilers, but it actually worked quite well for me personally. I didn't really see too much of a problem with that. And it was a beautiful tribute at the end to the original director as well. So yeah, overall Top Gun Maverick was probably the biggest surprise for me this year. I didn't really care much about it. I didn't care to see it. I wasn't excited, but what the hell, it come out and it was really good. One I actually really look forward to seeing again. So yeah, Top Gun Maverick. Guys, if you've seen it, let me know. Out of 10, I'm going to give this film an 8.5. I thought that in terms of the blockbusters we've had this year, After the Batman, this is probably the best one. You know, I think it's 5th on my ranking this year, which is insane. I did not think Top Gun would be doing this, but hey, here we are. Guys, thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message. And as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.